After Yuan Bingyan has been quiet for over 4 months, fans at long last have something to anticipate when the uplifting news comes from the show. The old ensemble fantasy show Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More, co-featured by Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zuai, has gotten a circulation permit. The show is adjusted from Xu Kei's novel of similar name and recounts the narrative of Shangshan Jingxiu, played by Liu Zuai, who needs to cross a camellia, and the little evil spirit Huangning, played by Yuan Bingyan, turns into a pixie, and the two have a common friendship during the time spent getting along. Eventually, Shangshan Jingxiu was changed by the little evil presence Huangning and assists her with changing into a wonderful romantic tale of grown-ups. Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More will be shot in Hengdian from June 2021, and the recording time frame will be 3 months. This show is delivered by Mango Television and created by Hef and King Mu. It is likewise a Mango S Plus creation. Getting a dispersion permit, the entire interaction has drawn in the consideration of fans. When the fresh insight about the dispersion permit emerged, fans hurried to tell one another. Lastly, there was something to anticipate. From the substance of the story, the play is not the same as the overall fantasies and old outfits. Through the narrative of getting along between the male and female heroes, it portrays the lack of concern of heavenliness and the glow of humankind. Getting through the banalities of customary ensemble fantasies, even fictitious stories can reflect positive qualities, from little love to reasonableness, and resourcefulness in the subject substance. Netizens are most worried about the entertainers in the play. Meeting You Again in Falling Blossoms is the second joint effort between Liu Zuai and Yuan Bingyan. The last time they worked together was in the well-known outfit show Liu Li. Around then, Liu Zuai's position was that he was unable to adore the male second. The male hero of the play is the well-known entertainer Chang Yi. Liu Zuai is notable to the crowd for his job in Liu Li. He is rich and attractive in light of the fact that he filled the role of Xianjin ordinarily, and he is otherwise called the primary pixie in Old Mannequin. Lately, Liu Zuai's acting abilities have improved exceptionally quick. Old Mannequin works are splendid, and current Metropolitan-themed works are no special case. The crowd has progressively found this late-blossoming loved entertainer, and Liu Zuai's assets have likewise further developed a ton noticeable to the unaided eye. Netizens are as yet anticipating him assuming the main part in Falling Blossoms Meet You Once More this time. It is worth focusing on that nobody concentrated on Liu Zuai's relationship when it was not well known previously. Since it has become famous, netizens have started to focus on his profound patterns. There have been bits of gossip about his outrages with Zhang Yuxi and Yang Zi, who used to be in a similar organization. Particularly with Yang Zi, it caused warmed conversations on the web. However, the two players have previously answered that this is a phony love melon, and netizens still focus harder on the entertainer's works. Yuan Bingyan and Li Liba are schoolmates in the college, and they are likewise flatmates, yet the other party has previously turned into a first-line star, and she has been lukewarm since her presentation. Nonetheless, later Liu Li, Yuan Bingyan additionally effectively got into the positions of driving female lead shows that can be singled out, and her VIP status has been straightforwardly worked on by a few indents. Numerous netizens, remembering individuals for the business, are extremely hopeful about her for her superb exhibition in the show. Startlingly, the street ahead won't be smooth. Yuan Bingyan, who has quite recently become famous, out of nowhere decided to pull out from the circle in July this year due to the unlawful way of behaving of tax avoidance in her organization. Nonetheless, certain individuals said at the time that she didn't buy in by take part in the administration, so can't put all the fault on her. After the negative fresh insight about Yuan Bingyan was uncovered, it is astonishing that she has not been impeded. All friendly stages can distribute content ordinarily, and her past works have not been removed the racks and can be seen regularly, so many netizens estimate that Yuan Bingyan actually gets an opportunity to return. Sometime prior, Chief Yu Zhang posted a gathering photograph of a gathering on friendly stages, including Yuan Bingyan. Clearly, she has not been totally prohibited, however she can't show her face on the screen in a brief time frame. Some netizens additionally got some information about Yuan Bingyan's new circumstance. Yu Zhang said that she is doing great now and is accomplishing noble cause work, so upsetting her is better not. Previously, Yu Zhang's evaluators were exceptionally immediate, and he would straightforwardly say that a star was bad. Based on his assessment of Yuan Bingyan, he actually prefers this entertainer definitely, so it isn't precluded that Yu Zhang is needing to help out Yuan Bingyan. In light of Yu Zhang's mentality, Yuan Bingyan's social record status, and the delivery permit of the work featuring her, Yuan Bingyan is probably going to return toward the finish of this current year or the start of the following year. In any case, since she committed an error, regardless of whether she worked it, it likewise shows that her authority and management are poor, and she needs to pay for her off-base way of behaving. Yuan Bingyan has been out of the circle for almost a portion of a year. Whether she can return relies upon her disposition of conceding her slip-ups in her exhibition some time back. In the event that she truly accomplishes noble cause function as Yu Zhang said, essentially the business can see a decent admission way. Then again, Yuan Bingyan's rebound additionally relies upon the public's assessment of her, and the voice of netizens is the most significant impacting factor. Yet, presently it appears to be that netizens are as yet incredulous about Yuan Bingyan's rebound. Certain individuals believe that realizing their slip-ups can have a major effect. Frankly, the nation is currently exceptionally severe in taking action against terrible specialists, and whether Yuan Bingyan is a novel craftsman has forever been questionable. From one viewpoint, her social records can in any case work ordinarily, then again, she has no new shows to film, and pertinent news is likewise extremely uncommon few. Yet, she ought to get an opportunity to return, which is actually a major treat for fans. As a well-known little blossom, Yuan Bingyan's works, for example, Evernight, Liu Li and Hai have a decent standing. As well as Meeting You Again and Falling Blossoms, the ensemble show Qing Cheng Yu Qing Huan featuring her and Zhonghan Liang is additionally forthcoming. The slump in your profession because of duty issues is truly not worth the light. Is it safe to say that you are anticipating Yuan Bingyan's new works? 02. 2 additional new dramatizations to be communicated. Renjilan gets elevated standards. Yuan Bingyan has a great deal of debate. Each new television show goes through specific stages, from the making of the venture, the beginning of the creation, the killing of the creation to getting consent to at long last have the option to meet with the rest of the world, and in this cycle, the entertainers as the new creation then play a fundamental part in drawing in fame. As of late, 2 new shows have been authorized for appropriation, and that implies that they have entered the positions of forthcoming dramatizations, and the following stage is the uplifting news that they are booked to be communicated, specifically Dusk Heart Date featuring Renjilan and When Blossoms Fall by Yuan Bingyan. The primary examination of Dusk Heart Date, a cutting-edge metropolitan close-to-home show, centers around a progression of profound reclamation stories between the male and female heroes who encounter their professions as clinicians, and subsequently. This scene was unintentionally seen by mental writer Qi Lianshan, who encouraged Liu Xiaoxiao to turn into a mental information specialist master in the studio as a result of his expert necessities. They are drawn in by one another's commitment and warmth of character, and steadily have a heartfelt admission and love life through extraordinary ways. Renjilan, as the male lead in the show, can be said to definitely stand out in Assumption. It is notable that he can be supposed to be a delegate of the notorious Strength School, and has splendidly deciphered the spirit of the person in various books, which have gotten a ton of recognition, for example, The Greatness of Tang, Harvest Time Cicada and One Life to Live, and so on. Specifically, his capacity to control profound shows has arrived where he is agreeable and the dramatization has been exceptionally expected since it came to be shot. The entertainer Yang Yang can likewise be supposed to be a presumptive worth entertainer with her acting abilities on the web. In spite of the fact that there has been consistent discussion about her, it is evident that she actually has exemplary attempts to show up, for example, Worldwide Hot Love and The Breeze Ascends in Longxi, and so on. She generally keeps a sweet and heartfelt picture, which likewise makes her extraordinary translation in relationship dramatizations. This time, she has collaborated with Renjilan, who is additionally a fortunate high-worth couple, so what sort of romantic tale might we at any point anticipate from them? The second is the show When the Blossoms Fall, You'll Meet Once More. The dramatization can be said to have countless allies toward the start of the shooting, all things considered, as the lead entertainer Yuan Bingyan and Liu Zuai itself is a decent organization, particularly after the co to have the option to second match. This is an uncommon collaboration, in addition to the old godlike dramatization topic factors, when known as a decent dramatization potential pop star presence. The story from the play can be discovered that the two will have a heartfelt improvement of the street in the play, in the consistent development of everlasting status headed straight toward open up the existence of a heavenly couple, and from the stills should be visible, the 2CP quality is basically spilling over, as though a genuinely hot couple, sweet, love. As the female lead, Yuan Bingyan, herself a capable entertainer with a delicate outside, was sadly presented to a few terrible occasions, which likewise straightforwardly impacted her vocation, and When the Blossoms Fall and You Meet tragically turned into the new show that was hit, and was even reputed to be unaireable at a certain point, leaving various allegations of analysis for some time. albeit a clarification was surrendered in the follow. This was not perceived by the rest of the world as a concealment and avoidance, and Yuan Bingyan was once a craftsman who might be prohibited. Despite the fact that there was a ton of discussion over Yuan Bingyan herself, it was as yet worth sitting tight for the fundamental entertainer, Liu Zuai, who after completely was all the while proceeding as well as he did. The Yuan Bingyan occurrence had previously blurred fairly, yet the news that When the Blossoms Fall has been conceded a dispersion permit has by and by put her at the very front of contention, with those for the show being communicated typically and the people who are emphatically against it, accepting that it ought to be prohibited totally from all artistes. As a matter of fact, all in all, there is no mind-boggling blacklist of Yuan Bingyan as such, and the way that she had the option to get a dissemination permit further affirms the sureness that nothing bad can be said about the show, and that regardless of her own deficiencies, others in the creation are as yet striving to perform. Is it safe to say that you are anticipating the transmission of When the Blossoms Fall once more? What do you honestly think about the cast? 03. Bing Yan's new show caught type Wang Yibo, netizens said, both are attractive, there is no correlation. The new show at Bing Yang has as of late begun. Qing Day Today is an exceptionally fascinating and hot show, delivered by the Peach family. To have better evaluations, it should require some hotness and subjects. As a matter of fact, the primary entertainer, Bing Yang, is very hot, in light of the fact that the sentiment with Tunyi was uncovered, the fire was honored by general society, that is to say, everybody's predictable demeanor didn't bring an excess of intensity, yet doesn't forestall a little. The show opened, the evaluations are still great. Simultaneously the subject of sister by marriage has likewise drawn in a many individuals' conversation, are in an assortment of manageable to media outlets to snatch sister by marriage point. It appears to be that the year's end task execution pressure is excessively, all need to make a little subject to convey, which prompted an assortment of ongoing correlation outline, inside the diversion male star female star different rankings, vast examinations, pull step, make the point. Immediately open up the excitement of the powder circle. It is easy to find this sort of art-pulling stream specialist to make nothing to joke about. All things considered, stream craftsman's fans are dynamic. The reaction is additionally convenient, with the intensity and improve the stream, R2 of everyone. So then, this time we found out, in spite of the fact that Bing Yang sentiment was uncovered, however individuals included basically didn't answer, the intensity likewise immediately vanished a ton. In addition to the new play began, to have a harmless review impact, should have to point subject, to allow a ton of watchers to get back to the play above, to accomplish the reason for the stage benefit. It is realized that Eunuch Wang Yibo and Tunyi play a couple in the breeze of sense in Luoyang. The participation of these two individuals, yet in addition to lay the basis for this show with the new differentiation. Many individuals even once submerged in the CP connection between the two, even after the openness of the sentiment between Bing Yang and Melody, yet additionally urged Wang Yibo to join the group to snatch his sister by marriage, which truly makes individuals snicker and cry. The new show was sent off, and certain individuals figured out that as look in Wang Yibo's The Breeze Rises impacted. The established truth is that it is actually significantly more than the equivalent. Large numbers of the styles are essentially comparable, which draws in the enthusiasts of the two gatherings to watch. As a matter of fact, they all realize that there are such a large number of interests engaged with the send-off of any show these days, and the ubiquity needs a specific measure of participation. In such manner, the fanatics of the two are still amicable. While staying detached, they likewise let out words. It is not difficult to crash into antiquated ensemble styles. They are both male specialists with online appearance, and there is no chance of examination. It's simply some promoting, to zero in on a subject and gain some fame. It was purposely delivered, focusing on the notoriety of the two late top craftsmen. As a matter of fact, subsequent to taking a gander at Wang Yibo's prominence, his notoriety has never been brought down, and many individuals in the circle like to utilize the top prevalence to acquire consideration, make a few subjects, let fans partake, give their works, their own family specialists who need to work on their status and consideration. Something like this happens occasionally. I can prompt everybody. The ongoing fans are not moronic and sweet. It does no decent to the individuals who follow them. All things considered, it powers the pomposity of their adversaries, so they won't go sloppy waters. It is on the grounds that the improvement energy of the two is solid now, there is compelling reason need to pull excessively, keep an objective perspective on the issue, and the production of a diversion climate requires joint endeavors. At long last, I simply need to say that it has been a long time since the transmission of Wang Yibo's The Breeze Ascends in Luoyang. Do you actually recall the stupendous occasion a year ago? Lovely people, you can far finding a way to improve.